This is my Diablo 2 Resurrected ladder journey for Season 3. I was going to play a Paladin, but decided to go with a Nova Sorceress for this ladder season. And so like everyone else, on day 1, I just grind through the normal difficulty, Nightmare, and just try to get a Hell difficulty as fast as I can so I could start farming gears. Normally I do magic finding, but this time around I decided just to farm keys. Around day 1 to 3, I was eventually able to get my memory as well as my Crescent Moon. Some of the lucky drops I did get earlier, and between day 1 and 3 was I found a all res 20 plus 20 Maras and sold for Ohm. Got a Haas, sold for Ist. I was also able to craft a 35 faster cast rate and Spirit Monarch Shield and sold that for Vex. And then my first key I got was a Z Torch, and I was able to get at least 3 Ist or Vex back for that. On ladder day 3, I didn't get enough runes to make me a rune word for obsession for plus 7 total to lightning Nova, but I don't know, I didn't have enough mana. I didn't have the 200 faster cast rate at this time of the ladder season, so the weapon just wasn't strong enough in my opinion. I ended up just keeping my Crescent Moon and not using obsession, and I couldn't really sell it because there was no buyers, so I eventually just ended up giving it away after I was able to get my infinity weapon. So I just kept farming keys, and one of my lucky early game torch was a 1919 P torch, and it was worth about a burr at this time of season, but I wasn't able to sell it because there was really no buyers looking to get a high-end Hellfire torch at this time, so I just kept it and traded it later in the game. The third torch I got lucky, and I did get me an S torch, and this was about day 5. And during this time too, I also bought myself a Griffin's. It was a low roll, but I bought it for roughly about 1 burr's worth of runes, and I thought it was worth it since it definitely increased my DPS. I did get a bunch of assassin torch as I kept farming during the season, so surprisingly those were worth a lot. I guess this is the assassin season, so yeah, I was kind of glad I just did key farming as opposed to just my regular magic farm during this season. I think it did work out for the better, but you know, I think it would be great just to hear other people's feedback and opinions on that. I did get this necromancer torch in 1920 here, but fortunately this wasn't in high demand and wasn't really able to get any extremely high runes for this particular Hellfire torch. I just kept farming keys. This is pretty much how I made all of my currency, and eventually sometime between day 7 and day 13 was when I was able to trade for my infinity. I just bought a infinity instead of making it. I traded about a burr and a half worth of runes, or you know, I didn't even have the runes. I think I traded my P torch, which was like equivalent to that burr, that 1919 P torch, and about a third worth amount of runes, and traded for my infinity scythe. So I had this and thought I decided to just farm different areas to see if I can actually get any high runes. I did eventually farm cows to chaos runs, but I didn't really get any high runes or anything too high. I think the highest I got was just a Vex with countless farmings, and eventually just ended up just coming back to farming keys. And then sometime around the 22nd day, I saw a Nova Sorceress able to do Ubers, and I was like, what's going on here? And so I found out you were pretty much able to do Uber, so I decided to do it myself and just started farming my own Hellfire torch. And this definitely saved me a bunch of extra keys. I was getting a bunch of more Hellfire torches instead of trading 4-3 key sets. I could just farm them myself. All I had to do was just stock up a little 4B juice, and I was good to go. And eventually I just ended up buying these reju potions, and you can get like 140 of them for a pull. So that's the route I took. Just give them a pull, get the 140, get enough to do a couple of different runs, and I was set and good to go. And at this point of the game, I had a bunch of unidentified torches, and I could have traded these for a burr, but I decided just to ID them myself. And let me know what you guys think, and see if I should have just traded these for a burr, or should, you know, if these were even worth my time IDing. So yeah, I was having a more difficult time selling these torches. I think around this time of the ladder season, torches are pretty saturated at this time. It's not like the first week where I was able to sell all of my torches. Now I ended up just giving up away the barbarian torches, and I think the only ones I sold is the Amazon torch, the P torch, and the S torch. And so I changed my strategy around day 30 and just started to buy perfect gems and started re-rolling grand charms. And I just realized that, I guess, with the TZ zones now, you can actually just pick up grand charms at level 96 TZ zones, and I'm level 95 at this point of the game, and I could just pick up these grand charms. And it was actually great because I was farming with a bunch of random public folks in the cows before, and I just told them, hey, if you guys find any grand charms you guys don't like or don't want, can you drop them in town and I could just pick them up? And that was pretty cool. I just ran the cow runs for everyone, and everyone's did TZ zones together, and I just picked up the grand charms, and I had a couple sets to reroll for actual rerolling, so that was great. But I actually didn't pick up enough, and eventually just started just rerolling skillers that I had, just because I wanted to try to see if I can get some 45 live skillers, and I wasn't able to get any, but I was lucky and I did land in this special 35 life and 1 lightning skiller, and I was able to actually sell this at this time of the game. It was worth about 2 burr, I think, the last one I sold, but it took a while and I couldn't sell it, so I ended up settling with just 1 burr and jaw. Let me know if I got short-handed here or if this was actually worth the trade. And I just continue my journey. At this point of the game, when I was trading these 40 my IS for 40 perfect gems, I didn't really separate and store any of these gems. I was just trading everything I have and converting them into these and re-rolling them into these grand charms. I only kept the perfect amethyst, but eventually I started keeping the perfect rubies as well as perfect skulls, because I found out that you can actually sell these in high quantities and actually make some pretty good currency. So I did get lucky again with one of the skillers here, and I was able to sell this, I think, 35 life plus 1 poison for a burr on day 31. And I just kept my journey of just every single day I just posted up trading my IST for random 40 gems, and I just kept this up. But I just went through a huge lose streak with gambling, these rerolls, and I didn't get anything. But eventually what I did do was that would actually pay me off was just trade these gems for runes. I was able to trade 100 perfect amethyst for a burr on day 34, and I was surprised I was even to get this much. I was like, maybe I shouldn't even reroll anything. I should just trade and get these gems and then organize them and just resell them, because I sold 150 perfect rubies for low and vex, and then not even like a day later I was just buying everything up all over again and just organizing rubies, and I sold it again the next day. I sold 160 perfect rubies for for a burr on day 38. So around this time of the ladder season, I'm just contemplating if I should even re-roll any grand charms at all. I'm not getting luck. I should just buy these gems and just organize them, sell the right colored gems for high runes, and then all the other random gems I can just resell those back for IST and then just repeat the process. I think that would be more profitable. But just let me know what you guys think. That's pretty much the end of my video here. Leave a comment down below what you guys think, what I could have done better, or what are some of the strategies you guys use that maybe I didn't use that I should probably apply to the next season when ladder season 4 starts. But I definitely am looking forward to some of the comments that you guys leave me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.